Hi everyone, this is Neha Bhalla, regulated Canadian immigration consultant, licensed, authorized to give you advice regarding immigration matters. And I am from SANS Global Immigration, and our firm operates from Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. So in today's video, let's talk about Supervisa. First, I'll start with basics of Supervisa. So that people who don't know about this visa, who are not aware about it, so just a basic brief for them to make them aware about what is super visa. But if you want to know in detail about what is a super visa, how is it different from a visitor visa, and what are its benefits over a visitor visa, then you can watch my another video. The link is there in the top. It will give you a detailed explanation about the super visa and its eligibility, its fees, its timelines, the documentation required and everything. But in today's video, we'll just talk in brief about Supervisa because I want to cover with you few real life cases of my clients where we applied for their super visas and we got the approvals. So just wanted to share with you the timelines, like how much time it is actually taking for super visas. So I have taken few client examples from my clients, so I can show you the real life cases about the timeline. So basically, first we will discuss in brief about the super visa, and after that I'll share with you few of my clients cases to show their timelines. Okay, so first of all, starting with what is a super visa. Basically, super visa is a parent, specifically for parents and grandparents of PR or citizen. So super visa is actually basically a visa, just like a visitor visa. It's also a temporary visa. But what happens is that in case of a visitor visa, you have to exit the country after 6 months. But a super visa lets you stay for up to 5 years. And also a 2 years extension can be applied. So in that means that you can stay at a time up to 7 years, including extension period. And it's a multiple entry visa, just like visitor visa. It's issued for up to 10 years, or the maximum time it can be issued is up to your passport expiry date. But who can apply for a super visa? So super visa is for only those parents or grandparents only whose kids or grandkids reside in Canada, who are Canadian PRs, permanent residents, or citizens of Canada. It is only for those parents or grandparents. Now, what are let's in brief discuss about the requirements. First of all, a letter of invitation is mandatory. So you need to write a letter of invitation for your parents or grandparents and sign them. And there are certain criteria which should be included in the letter of invitation, like you have to include details about that you will promise to provide them financial support, the number of people in your household, and your status proof that whether you are a PR or you are a citizen. One important thing for super visa is a medical insurance. So you have to buy a medical insurance for the applicants, whether your parents or grandparents. You have to buy them a medical insurance. That is a mandate requirement. And apart from that, you have to get them an upfront medicals from IRCC panel listed hospital. So that is also mandatory. So these two requirements are mandatory requirements for a super visa. One more thing, you cannot include dependents in a super visa. Suppose if you are applying a visitor visa for your parents, so and you have a brother also, so you could include them in their application, right, as a dependent if he's like younger. But in super visa, dependents cannot be included. So because super visa is specifically for parents and grandparents. So if you have any sibling, then a separate visitor visa or study permit application can go from them. Also, another important thing is a super visa can only be applied from outside Canada. It means it's a mandatory criteria. Suppose your parents are inside Canada on a visitor visa. Now you think, okay, I don't want to send them back. Let's apply for a super visa. No, a super visa cannot be applied when the applicants are inside Canada. So they should be outside of Canada. Then only a super visa can be applied for them. So, and in case of a super visa, the focus is on your financials. The sponsor's financials is very important. So to prove your financials, you can include your notice of assessments, your T4s. If you are laid off, you can show your employment insurance, EI, and you can show your employment letters, your pay slips, your last 3 to 4 month bank statements. So these are very important. So basically in a Supervisa application, it's very, very important to give focus on your financials. And also there is the LICO, that is a low income cutoff. So there is a criteria, there is minimum income requirements that must be met by the sponsor. So if that is met, then only you can call your parents on or grandparents on a Supervisa. So this is the table, as you can see here, this is the table which shows the income requirements depending upon the number of family members in your household. So depending upon the number of members, there is specific income criteria that should be met, and then that's the basic eligibility for Supervisa application. And talking about the fee, Supervisa application costs 100 Canadian dollar per applicant is the government fees, and 85 Canadian dollars is the biometric charge per applicant. And also some people come to me asking this question that, okay, I'll apply Supervisa for my parents, so will they be able to work on this visa? So answer is no. On a Supervisa, it's just like a visitor visa only, giving you more time period to stay. But just like a visitor visa, you cannot work on this visa. So parents or grandparents are not allowed to work on a Supervisa, just like you are not allowed to work on a visitor visa. So this was the brief about Supervisa. If you have any other questions or queries, if it's a basic general queries, you can ask us in the comments below. You can put your questions in the comments and we'll definitely try to get back to you. And if you have situation specific queries which could not be answered in comments, then I would recommend you can book a consultation with us. You can WhatsApp on the below number to book a consultation, and we will definitely get back to you and help you with your queries and doubts. Now let's begin with a few client files. I'll share with you 3 examples, 3 cases, 3 real life client cases where I can show you like how many days it took for them to came up with approval. So let's start with the first case. Now this is the case of Miss C. As you can see on the screen, we applied Supervisa for her parents on December 5th, 2022. Biometric request came the other day on December 6th, 2022. And then they booked the biometrics appointment and got biometrics done on December 16th. And the Supervisa approval came on 30th December. So in this case, as you can see in this box, so client application summary, biometric collection letter, so all was done on December 6th. And the approval came on December 30th, 2022. So 14 days after the biometrics was done by the client. For them, the approval came in just 14 days. As you can see, a nice review also by the client for our company. So now let's move to the next case. So next was Mrs. K. And we applied a Supervisa for her on January 6, 2023. And the biometric request came on the same day, January 6th. They got biometrics done on 10th of January and the approval came on 18th January. So they got the passport stamped, and so the approval came in just 8 days. So earlier it was 14, now it reduced to 8 days. So now let's move to our another case, the third example which I'm sharing with you now. So this another case, this is for Mr. A. We applied Supervisa for their parents on February 22nd, 2023. Here biometrics, we didn't opted for biometrics. Why? Because this was a previous refusal case. So client himself applied for his parents' visitor visa and it got refused. So after that he came to us for the application of a Supervisa. So as the visitor visa, so as he already applied for a visitor visa, so biometrics was already done in this case, so was not required again. So biometric request did not came in this case. But yes, biometrics got updated in the file on February 24th. The previous biometrics got updated and approval came on March 1st, 2023. So here this was the case where approval came in just 6 days. So yes, IRCC is on a speed nowadays, specifically in regards to Supervisa. The client also left us a fantastic review. So I hope this video was helpful to you. I shared a few basics about Supervisa, its timelines, its fees, and its comparison to visitor visa. But if you in detail want to watch a video on Supervisa and in detail about the eligibility criteria and everything, then this is the link. Go to this video so that you can get more updates, more insight about a Supervisa and more information regarding it. So I also shared with you 3 live life cases where we applied Supervisa for our clients and got their approvals, and see how the approval time is going down days by days. So 6 days was really a very fantastic news for us, getting approval into 6 days. The client was also very happy, as earlier his parents' visitor visa was refused, so he was very happy with the approval, that too in 6 days. So if you want to apply a super visa for your parents or for your grandparents, you can definitely contact us at the below given number, and we will be more than happy to assist you with the super visa application. We will do all the formalities and definitely help you get an approval. So yes, if you liked my video, if it was really helpful to you, then do consider subscribing my channel, as I will definitely be coming up more such videos where we'll share real life client cases, their timelines, and we'll come up with videos about other immigration programs also, and we do talk a lot about immigration. So if you want to be updated with Canadian immigration, then do consider subscribing our channel, and do like our video and share it with your friends and relatives. Thank you so much.